Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at another webcam off Amazon, and this supports 1080p, 30 frames per second, hopefully 60. And my last one, the last webcam I had, there was a lot of issues with the focus, and I wasn't too happy about that, so I had to return it, and I spent $40 on that camera. And if you're interested in which one I did review, you can check out that video in the description down below. And this is just a generic webcam that had a lot of good reviews. So I went ahead and bought it so I can have something for my stream here. And I really do need one ASAP. So this is the H703 webcam. And this is version 2.1. Parameters and features. Supports HD 1080p, USB 2.0 port, image focus, privacy protection, autofocus, beauty effect, social software compatibility, multi-purpose mounting clip. So it doesn't take too much to support this camera. And already we got a mess going on in here, which I don't like. And when you get products like this on Amazon and you see something like this, it could possibly be a return. Could be signs of a return. Because this should all be wrapped up. And I'm hoping it's not a return. And I'm just looking at signs of use on the... Just looking at any scratches or whatever. So here is camera, and you can attach this on a tripod. And it has some grips inside. It's pretty big. That's a huge camera. I hope it gets the job done. So here's the privacy. You have to switch that on and off. If you'd like to make sure nobody's looking at you while you're, doing your thing. And some microphones, I believe, or speakers. No speakers. That should be microphone. And that's a screw, and that is the other screw. That's the warranty sticker. So let's give this a go and hopefully it works. So here we are. Here is the camera, and it was fairly easy to connect on OBS. And you don't really have to install any drivers. Just plugged it in, went into OBS, and there it was under FHD camera. And from the resolution, I can choose from 1920 by 1080 down to 352 by 288. And for the frames, I have it on the highest FPS right now. And let's see, here's 30. And I believe that is as far as it's gonna go, because I don't really see an option for 60. And I have it under custom. Now if I do it under device default, that's where it sits. And not sure if that's 60 or 30. Can't really tell. But let's go back to custom. And let me center. There we go. And let's see, video format, color space, color buffering. You don't really have to mess around with that at all. But for the most part, it looks like it's working just fine. So I have a total of 3 lights on. I have the main room light on. I have this little lamp, which I'll turn off. And you can see how it kind of focused out there a little bit. See, so it does autofocus, which is nice. Let's see if I put something in front of it. Well, it's not that good, but it's nice enough for live streaming, and I heard that you really don't want to do 60 frames when you're streaming, but I wanted to have a 60 frames a camera, that way I can record at that resolution. That way when I'm recording gameplays from like the Vita or anything like that, it's just synced up to how well the gameplay is going on my Vita. So far so good. The colors, nothing too crazy to say there. And I like how it focuses perfectly. That's nice. So if I do switch this off like that, I still see the blue light. Okay, and what we're gonna do now is transition to the camera microphone and test that out. So here we go. Now we are testing the microphone of the camera, the FHD camera. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I was really hoping for 60 frames, but I guess I'm gonna have to invest in another camera. This is perfect for just live streaming and just having fun with it. And for something that I need to do, I'll probably just stick with it, run with it, and I'll test it out for a month and see how well it performs and go from there. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and that way you have a sense of what you're getting for this camera. Now on the listing off Amazon, there was 22 ratings, so it had 4 stars and it was $36.99. It does say 60 frames per second, 4K streaming webcam. Now I don't know if I have to install some type of drivers, but in the past, as I just plugged in some of these cameras, they just automatically start working, and you can have those options available to you on OBS. And it's very interesting that they mention that in their advertise it on their title. And yeah, it's just very interesting how it only says 1080p 30 frames, but then again they say 4K in their title. And I was a little concerned when I was reading through the description, and I didn't see no 4K, no 60 frames mentioned. Only in the title do you ever see that. Now the 1 stars that are listed under this product, there are a total of 3 in the last month. And the first one says glitchy, the second one says unreliable and cheap, and the third one, which was very recent, July 11th, says not 60 frames per second. I chose this webcam because I needed something that could film at 60 frames. When I tested this webcam, it could only film at 24 frames per second. Too slow, I will be returning it. And let's see the 2 stars. There was only 1 2-star, and it said camera arrived mounted upside down in its housing. Interesting. Top critical review says glitchy. It said I had this camera for a week and only used it once for a web call. The first call, the picture was glitchy and got worse over time. Also, the material doesn't look as high-end as the photo. That wouldn't bother me so much, but the glitchy picture does. I will be returning it. Now, the weight on this camera is pretty good. It feels like a solid webcam that you can pen on, and it's pretty huge. Like it sits up there pretty big and proud, and up there with the big old HD on it. Take a look at the 3-star. It says not bad for the price. First off, I doubt that this camera is 1080p. If it is, then it's worst full HD camera ever. I'd put it closer to 720p and about the same quality as most laptop webcams. You tell me, guys, how does this look? You tell me. From the looks of it, it does kind of look like 720. It doesn't really scream 1080. It's not HD as I thought it would. But I feel like it would be nice just to have for your little window webcam while you're streaming, gaming, streaming, whatever. But I wouldn't go, you know, if you're trying to create a very nice looking stream, I wouldn't go for this camera, and I would do something a little bit more. I would invest more money into it. This, I'm just starting to stream, and I'm just having fun with it and just testing different cameras, doing these reviews, and hoping that you guys find this stuff helpful, and that way, you know, you guys can get a sense of what you're really getting for the price. So that is it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. I will be reviewing more cameras like this in the future, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.